Dennis as it was at Darlington a week ago? Promising first half performance, undone by a soft goal, and suddenly you're chasing the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Just 2 goals in quick succession. Certainly one was avoidable. The second one, the first one was still poor defending, leaving someone with a free header at the back stick. But yeah, we're going to half time 2-0 down when we're pretty much under no pressure whatsoever. And we was more than in the game. But then the second half, just huffed and puffed, no quality. And then obviously when we're chasing it late on, we was lucky not to concede more goals. So we got away with the scoreline in the end. But you know, we are chasing it and we've got to do that.
You've got so many players sidelined. Is it difficult at the moment to fathom out a lineup that can perhaps go on the pitch and get you a result?
No, it's the easiest job in the world to fathom out a lineup. I've only got 13 players to pick from. You know, when you've got to fathom out a lineup, is when you've got 22 players to pick from. So it wasn't a problem picking a team today, but we're just missing a lot of influential players. You know, potentially 7 out of the 8 people that were out would potentially start in our starting lineup, in my eyes. So yeah, it's a big blow to miss so many players, but you know, no excuses today. Even with the team we had out there, the way the first half an hour, 35 minutes went, we should have been getting something.
What do you put it down to? The injuries? Is it fatigue after pre-season? Is it
I don't.
what is it? It's just
I don't
seems to
know,
be what
Craig. I really don't know.
Well, we had 6 and then 2 more at training, pick something up, and it's like you're suddenly 8 down, and you're thinking,
Yeah, I mean,
when's it going to end?
Craig, I don't know what caused the injuries. You know, I've played long enough myself. It's either the players are not warming up properly, cooling down properly, putting the right things into the warm-up. I really don't know, because we haven't got the technology to have things on the players to test them to what they're doing, what their heart rates are. We can't do that. We can only surmise. So I don't exactly know. But at the moment, we've got about 5 or 6 hamstring injuries. And we're doing nothing different to what we've been doing the last 3 years with regards to warm-up. So I can't put my hands on it.
But the sooner you've got some of them back, the better. But the prognosis on some isn't that short-term, really, is it?
Well, I'm hopeful Rollins and Pepe will be back next week, which will be a help, because they're 2 very important players for us. You know, but we're just desperate for a little bit of physicality at the back, although that didn't really undo us today. But then again, you know, we've done at the back stick, but that's not a centre-half's job, that's probably a full-back's job. And obviously the second one's with the goalkeeper. It could be a case that a centre-half could head that there, but you know, so we are missing that, and that has been a big undoing in the first few games.
And Jack McMillan obviously came in today for his debut, straight in. Difficult situation for him, having not met the lads, but performed okay, looked reasonably comfortable.
Yeah, you know, look, he's keen and he wants to learn, and I can't ask for no more than that. But he's coming into a situation where it's the first time playing at this kind of level, in this kind of environment, where the other players really want to win a football match as opposed to under 18s and 21s football. So he will adapt, and you know, I can remember Liam Agnew in his first couple of games for us. Took him a little bit of time to adapt, and then he was absolutely fantastic. So we've got to give the lad time and some more games, but he certainly shows glimpses of ability. He certainly looks technically good. Just he's got to overcome the physical side of the game to impose himself on it.
And a break now, your first free midweek, and that's got to be a godsend with the injuries. Having said that, you then play Saturday, Monday, and it's straight back into it.
Yeah, I mean, we could really do with a month off. If we could just have a month off and get our players back. But unfortunately, in the next 3 weeks, we're going to be 11 games into the season. So we really do need some players back if we're going to get some consistency into our performances. Because obviously we can't keep the same team and we ain't got enough quality on the pitch. So that makes it really difficult to win football matches back to back, or 3 or 4 on the trot. So we're just going to have to bide our time, and hopefully the injuries clear up soon.
And presumably we're bringing people in, you're pretty much spent up with your budget. Is it a case of begging and borrowing and seeing who can help you out with
absolutely. You know, you can't just go and spend your budget in pre-season and then expect to go to the chairman when you've got some injuries and saying, can I have another 4 or 5 players? You know, it just doesn't work like that. So we have to get on with it. We've just been really unfortunate that we've got 8 injured. You know, you generally have 2 or 3 injured at a time over a period of 3 or 4 weeks, but you never have as many as 8 out. But like you've questioned it, I can't put my hands on it. I don't know why we've got so many injuries, because they've not really been contact injuries in play. They've generally been, you know, Fairhurst was a hamstring, Chippy was a hamstring, Lewis was a hamstring at training,
Caelan a hamstring,
Pepe
calf.
Is a calf, but there's
Rollins a hamstring.
Rollins a hamstring. So they're not contact injuries. They're strange from either overstretching, but you know, players get hamstrings, but it's generally maybe you might get one every 3 or 4 weeks, one player every 3 or 4 weeks. So to have 5 or 6 players in the space of 3 weeks to have hamstring injuries is quite puzzling.